Hey guys, what's up? Producer engineer Alex Scott here with Consordini.com, coming at you with another super cool studio gear review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Audioscape G Series VCA stereo bus compressor. Now, this compressor is a recreation of one of the most iconic pieces of studio equipment of all time, the SSL 4000 G Series bus compressor. Now, the SSL compressor originally debuted as an integrated part of the SSL 4000 series mixing and recording console. SSL, Solid State Logic, for those of you who don't know, is a British company that's been around since the early 1970s, and they are one of the most revered and legendary manufacturers of large format recording and mixing consoles. SSL consoles are in most of the biggest and best studios in the world. They're absolutely legendary for their sound quality as well as their musicality in how they handle mixing and recording. And one of the most integral and famous parts of these consoles that makes them so highly regarded and sought after is the bus compressor that's integrated as part of the console and can be assigned to various things within it. So if you've got a drum bus, you can assign the bus compressor in the console to the drum bus. You can strap it over your whole mix, your stereo mix. But this compressor uses a VCA design, which VCA is a type of compression circuit that's really well known for being transparent, punchy, a lot of great characteristics that we love in audio, especially if you work on like rock or hard rock, classic rock, and then also like hip hop and stuff. These consoles and these compressors are revered for the sound that they can get on like rock drum buses and rock mixes and all this kind of stuff. Now, SSL does make a rack version of this compressor. It runs between $3,000 and $4,000. Audioscape took it upon themselves to take this classic legendary circuit and recreate their own version of it using exactly the same components that SSL does. Same transformers, same op amps, pretty much everything inside of it is identical to the SSL version. But again, because it's a kind of one-man shop based here in the US, doing a lot of the work on his own and doing it in small batches, he's able to charge a lot less money than SSL is for their version and achieve pretty much the exact same sound quality. So again, normally the SSL version, the proper name brand version, runs around $3,000 to $4,000. I picked up this Audioscape bus compressor for $550 on Reverb.com. Mine was used, gently used, but Chris, the guy from Audioscape, sells them directly on his website for $650, and at either price, it is an absolute steal. This thing has all the mojo and punch and smack and glue that the original compressor has. I use it on drum buses constantly. It's my go-to compressor for drums, but I will also use it on stereo mixes, as part of my mix down or kind of mastering process, because this compressor is so legendary and it's been used on so many recordings over the years. Pretty much every record I would gander to say over the last 30 or 40 years has at some point touched one of these compressors. Because of that, it really brings a sound out of your music that's immediately recognizable as radio ready. You're going to put something through this compressor and sit back and go, wow, yeah, that sounds like all of my favorite records. So it's a fabulous piece of gear for that reason. But what I want to go ahead and do now is move the camera down, take a look at it. We've got it all racked up here and ready to go. And let's listen to some audio examples. Okay guys, so here we have our beautiful Audioscape SSL bus compressor clone set up. I just want to run it through its paces real quick on a super cool drum groove, and then we will listen to it on a full mix and kind of hear what it can do, listen to this amazing radio-ready sound that it can impart to your mixes and your drum buses and all that kinds of stuff. So, here is our plain drum groove. It's a nice groove, but pretty plain Jane. So let's go ahead and bring in the compressor. Now, we have it set pretty gentle at the moment, so it's not doing a whole lot, but let's go ahead and get some awesome drum crush going on. That's pretty dirty. So we've got a 4-to-1 ratio, slower attack. That's nice too, kind of a medium attack, 3 milliseconds. and real fast release, and then we're cranked on our makeup gain. So there's it in, without. It's just got the most magical gluey sound to it. There's a reason this compressor design is so legendary. But you don't throw it in 10 to 1 for even crazier gain reduction. But you don't have to treat everything like this. You know, you can do just something like that, which is much gentler, but just helps to kind of pull out some of the subtleties of the drum kit. There's without and with. All right, so let's go ahead and strap it across a mix bus now, see how it does there. Okay guys, so here we have a track pulled up. This is kind of an electronica thing that I did using a sample that I recorded while I was on vacation in Marrakesh, Morocco recently. It's a simple kind of down-tempo electronic track, you know, kind of something you'd hear in a travel video or something like that. So let's give it a listen. This is the master bus, but with no mastering or anything on it. This is just the track, uncompressed, nothing on the 2-bus. We've got some electronic percussion, we've got that main sampled instrument, the Gwembri, a little bit of Rhodes, bass, nothing too complicated. Now as the song goes along, you'll hear in a second some vocals come in. So we have that as an element as well. Now let's go ahead and kick in the SSL. Now you can already hear it's just gluing it together in that beautiful, subtle way. If we go real fast attack, it starts to really grab the transients, do a little bit more gain reduction. I like 1 millisecond attack. And for bus duties, I really like auto release. Get it to do a little bit more. So again, without and with. See, that's the remarkable thing about this compressor, is that even just doing, you know, 3, 4, topping out at 6 dB compression on the mix bus, which some mastering engineers would tell you is a lot of compression. It's, you know, subjective thing kind of. But even with these lower levels of compression, you just have this amazing effect where it just glues your whole mix together. It just makes it really sound polished and kind of radio ready. All right, guys, there you go. There is our Audioscape VCA stereo bus compressor. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I love this thing, and it really it gives your music that immediately radio ready, glued together commercial sound. That's really what this circuit is known for and designed for, and what some of the biggest studios in the world use this unit for, is to just glue things together and give them that polish, you know, that real radio ready, just right there in your face. Everything in the mix is present. Not, you know, it's punchy, it's wide, but not pumping, you know, not overly compressed or anything like that. It comes in, glues everything together, does its job beautifully. And the fact that Audioscape has brought this box to market at such an affordable price while accompanying it with such an incredibly high quality build is something I don't quite understand how he does it, but I'm glad that he does, because now guys like myself, and hopefully a lot of you out there, have the opportunity to own one of the most legendary compressors of all time in an analog, true full analog stereo form that we can stick in our rack and actually, get our hands on the knobs and all that kind of stuff, get that great analog sound. But we can do it all for an affordable price and bring this really high quality polish to our mixes without having to spend an arm and a leg. So what do you guys think of Audioscape or their gear, or this compressor in particular? Audioscape does have a lot of other products. They have an LA2A reissue. They just recently announced a Zener limiter, which is a really famous limiter that the Beatles actually used. Audioscape is now doing a clone of that. They're doing a clone of the Gates Stay Level, the Pultec MEQ5. They're really coming out with some incredibly cool gear, and I can't wait to get my hands on everything else that they have to offer. Hopefully I will be able to do so soon. But let us know what you think down in the comments. Do you like these types of compressors? Have you used other pieces of SSL gear? Whatever your thoughts or comments may be, leave them down below the video. Again, my name is Alex Scott with Consordini.com. Thank you guys so much for watching the review, and we will see you in the next video.